Everything coming into Fortnitemares 2022 right here. First off, Fortnite actually posted this little teaser for Fortnitemares dropping on the 18th of October, which looks at this fox style pink skin. It also gives me Fox Clan vibes, maybe could come back for Halloween, or a whole unique species could be revealed. I assume this will be related to the Chrome, and we'll get more details on the Chrome and Fortnitemares as it does begin to go live. Fortnitemares is usually the best time ever inside of Fortnite, and in the past we've experienced so many amazing things in Fortnitemare that I think it would probably be my top 2 times, with number 1 being Winterfest and number 2 being Fortnitemares. This is when skins come out to the game which only come out at Halloween time, and some of the best skins we've ever received in Fortnite have released during the Fortnitemare period. So let's take a little look at the skins before we jump into some of the gameplay stuff which we can expect in Fortnitemares. 2 of the skins we already have off the bat are 2 skins which are created by creators in the community, and you can see these right here. What's really awesome about this image is you can actually see a preview of one of the up and coming things in Fortnitemares, which is actually one of these crazy chickens at the bottom left. These are going to be like jump scare chickens which are going to try and eliminate you during Fortnitemares, so it's going to be a really cool event and have that kind of unique aspect to it. A lot of jump scares, a lot of cool stuff on the map going on that side. Now we'll jump into stuff on the map in a sec, but let's keep going over some of the skins we can expect through the Fortnitemares period. First off, we had the Universal stuff last season where we saw the Universal characters actually try and escape their universe into the Fortnite world, and inside of this image you can see here, obviously these are some of the skins which we got last time. We can expect more of these to be added in the Universal stuff which we had, and possibly some more stuff from their franchise. Maybe even skins like Freddy Krueger. I'm not too sure if that is part of the Universal franchise, but Halloween icons could be expected, including skins like Dracula. Also, some skins we can guarantee ourselves is the Black Adam skin, and possibly some Black Panther 2 skins at the end of Fortnitemares, which actually goes live on the 2nd of November. Is it the 2nd? Oh no, the 11th of November, sorry. Black Panther 2 comes out on the 11th of November, so we can expect that there's probably going to be some skins related to that inside of Fortnite as well. Usually every Marvel film has some sort of cosmetic in Fortnite, so it's almost a guarantee at this point. But yeah, we can expect that on collab wise, and we'll jump into some stuff about Stranger Things in a moment. I don't want to jump straight into that because I've got other points I want to mention. So other points I want to mention here are actually on the topic of modes, gameplay and mechanics we can expect inside of this Fortnitemares. So first off, we have a possible 0 build horde mode coming to the game. A horde mode is, if you've played it in the past, there's lots of zombies and you have to survive, and it looks like we're going to be getting a 0 build variant of this coming in, which is going to be super awesome. Also, the sideways stuff has been updated visually inside of the mechanics in the game. Now, they definitely need to touch up the weapons if they are going to add the sideways stuff back. For those that play creative, you'll know the sideways rifle is pretty messed up, and you can see me using it in the background gameplay throughout this video, and it's really messed up, but it makes your screen dead big and the gun's just huge. I don't know why. Hopefully it's fixed, they bring it back. But the sideways portal introduced new bosses and new mechanics. This actually means that we could get the Cube Queen return at some point, or maybe her assassins, the Cube Assassin, part of her species, in a Chrome form. As we know, the Chrome isn't just one person, it's a whole race out there. So the Chrome itself could actually be part, well, it is basically part of the Cube Queen's aspects. The same sort of concept, destroying the island as always. So Fortnitemares will probably bring back the zombies in some form. It's kind of getting a little bit exaggerated at this point now, I think. Milking it a little bit with the bring back the zombies every time with some sort of season theme. Every single season they always do something in the storyline that relates to the zombies coming back, like we saw the Cube zombies. We've seen them in different forms in the past, like the Frost zombies and all sorts of different forms. I thought the Cube ones were a little bit too much, and then now are we going to see, please say we're not going to see Chrome ones, but we probably are. Anyway, nothing too much to worry about. Obviously it's got to have some sort of zombies on the island. Hopefully some new bosses are meant to be coming out as well. There has been rumors that there's a brand new mythic in the files for a brand new boss. We don't know what they're going to be like. We'll have to check them out. Hopefully they're in battle labs. Probably not. As you guys know, Fortnite don't really care about battle labs. We've noticed that a lot of stuff, for example, cars got removed and hardly any of the bosses even spawn in there. So my hope for battle labs is gone basically, and really upsetting really, but we don't really want to drain on that too much. But Fortnite, just fix battle labs. I report the bugs every single time, nothing happens, but yeah, I guess. You can see I'm quite sad about battle labs. I have been for a very long time. Anyway, let's jump into some stuff from the actual game itself and take a little look at the map point of view. Before we do that though, I just want to say in the background gameplay, my toy grab map, which I've been running in the background, is a Fortnitemares theme. So if you want to play a Fortnitemares based map early, you've got this one here, the toy grab map, and also the 50 fashion map, which we've talked about many times in the past, my fashion show. That is also Fortnitemares theme. Anyway, let's jump into some gameplay of some map change stuff and the Stranger Things collab, which could be coming into Fortnite. Okay, so jumping into a little bit of replay stuff, I thought we'd jump into this just with some live commentary so we can talk about the Stranger Things collaboration possibly happening in this Fortnitemares stuff. So if you guys know the new POI, which started the Grim Grimbles location, this is actually obviously Fortnitemares themed. It's kind of obviously they're giving that Fortnitemares vibe. In the daylight it doesn't. Let's just switch it to nighttime. If you didn't notice, guys, in your replay you can change the time of day now. Don't know if you guys knew this, but yeah, let's switch it to nighttime just because it looks cooler and I think it'll be nicer to tour the POI. So obviously the Grim Grimbles POI is in, and it got added in the last update. It is Halloween theme. You can see it does have that Halloween vibe, but it is abandoned. But weirdly enough, inside of the Grim Grimbles POI, there's a strange clock inside of it. So if we go through the main door and head to the left over here into the living room, you can actually see this clock here on the wall. It's very dark at the minute because it is nighttime on the map, but this clock actually has an upside down hand. If you look at the hands here, you can see it. If you look at them, the bottom one is actually the 12 o'clock and the top one is the 6 o'clock. Now people are saying that this is going to be related to Stranger Things, because Stranger Things apparently has a clock in. I've never watched it, but the clock's a main part in it or something, and it's something to do with the upside down. I'm aware of that, but you know, I think generally that this is probably going to link to that, and we could get a Save the World Stranger Things collaboration. Not in Save the World, obviously the skins will be, but nothing to do with Save the World. And then in the sky we have these cracks. People are saying that zombies are going to be coming through these, and this is where the Stranger Things stuff is going to be happening. I think these cracks generally aren't related to Stranger Things or this collaboration. I think the crack just indicates where the new POI is. You know, you gotta look at it and think, unless there's going to be flying zombies or flying Columbo zombies or skeleton Columbos falling out of there, generally speaking, this POI over here is just literally indicating that, because if you look over here, we also had the same thing for Loot Late. Again, look, the Loot Late POI, which was added in at the start of this season, also has its little portal above it as well in the air, so kind of makes sense, right guys? You know, that portal just indicates where the new kind of areas have dropped in from the sky, rifted in, or maybe there is going to be flying zombies and chrome people crawling out of there. Chrome Columbo, here we go. Now we're kind of exaggerating it a little bit, exaggerating these kind of facts, but I don't think Columbo will come back anytime soon. They're obviously keeping him for a future big project. It makes sense. The success of Columbo means that when Columbo does come back, they're using it as like a resource to kind of bounce the game high. Similar to what they did with Tilted Towers. When Tilted was vaulted, everyone was asking for it to come back. It's the same with Columbo. They're going to leave the anticipation for a while and then bring him back with new mechanics, new stuff. Maybe he can fly with wings. Maybe you can ride him. Who knows what he'll be able to do. But obviously Columbo will be on the topic of that. People are also speculating that Chapter 4 will be next season. I don't really know what to say about that. If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. I think it'll be a little bit too quick to go over to Chapter 4, but generally speaking, you know, I guess we are at that point where we could transfer over to Chapter 4 because there hasn't been many map changes due to the limitations of 0 builds, apart from this tree here, which has completely burnt out the reality tree. To be honest, there isn't really that many map changes this season. It's just lifting up POIs. Obviously, you've got the Loot Lake and Grim Grimbles wiping out Shifty Shafts. Other than that, everything else is just kind of replaced. Like, the old POIs are still there. They just Grim Grimbles is literally the only POI which has just wiped a POI entirely. Like, it completely wiped Shifty Shafts. Like, there's no remains at all. Apart from, I guess, that little hut up there. And I guess they have filled in the shafts. So it is kind of like that, but it really has mainly just wiped it. It was like, bidding, goodbye. Everywhere else, though, kind of just is very similar. Even the Herald stuff still has like the building. I guess the Herald one kind of wiped it, but it still has that same structure as the Sanctuary. That's what really makes this structure one really unique. The Grim Grimbles, it's got its own kind of structure to it. It's not the same structure as Shifty Shafts. It's got its own terrain, its own build, its own stuff around it, if you get what I mean. Anyway, I feel like that's the only POI we've had all chapter. Anyway, Chapter 4, here we come. I'm happy if it is, and I'm happy if it isn't. I'm not really too bothered either Chapter 4 or not. I don't mind moving now. The map's nothing really major. I don't mind staying on the map for a few more seasons. So it's really up to Fortnite on that side. I don't really have an opinion on it, but if it does tick over to Chapter 4, it does. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Once again, this is postboxpat signing out.